Welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk on a Tuesday, where me and Corey speak to smart people about technological things. It's really, interesting day today because there's no Corey and there might not be smart people here. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
Wait, there's no Corey? What the heck? Oh, that's right. He asked me to go ahead and help him out for a second. I got to tell you, that man has been doing a lot of things for everybody here. He's doing a lot of stuff to make sure that all of the people listening and pretty much everybody in game can go ahead and have the best experience possible. My hat is off to this man every single day. I mean, I know it doesn't need to be said a lot, but damn it, I'm going to say it anyway. Corey, you're a wonderful person. Don't ever forget that. Okay. Bye. No, I'm kidding.
That's all she wrote. No, so I we were gonna have Ted, who is NFT guru dude, who I met in the Uplift Art channel actually, because he was going for something that nobody had ever went for, but we're not really sure where he is. So we're just gonna chill. You, me, and the audience out there. I'm really happy that you woke up this early to see Ted, Lisa, and I'm really sorry about that. Maybe he'll show up. We never know, right? This is the beauty of the internet world that we live in.
Live.
So, we'll do some gratitudes a little bit later, but I want to. I mean, let's talk about the technicals of the chicken caw auction. I mean,
okay.
Have you played the game? Have you went around? Have you done the thing? You had an episode with Corey where you guys went through it. Have you done it yourself, Nick?
I have gone ahead and I've done it, and I got to tell you, Flo and Dr. Wayne, I have gone ahead and done, and Flo and Dr. Wayne have done a fantastic job with this. They pulled out a Titanic worth of effort and programming skill to make sure that y'all have the experience that you have right now. May not be the most perfect one, but dang it, I swear to God, I challenge you to find a better one out there these days. I mean, it was remarkable.
Nick, I generally, make it a habit not to, disagree with you, but I'm going to disagree with you. On the final point, if you don't know who Nick is, you really should, because he's awesome. So pay more attention to him. Go back and rewatch his episodes because he's one of our favorite people here. But here's the thing. I just wrote an article. I'm going to drop it in the thing on our, I just wrote an article about the chicken caw drop. And I had trouble getting through the first two paragraphs, because usually I'm not that nice. And everything about this drop for me is flipping brilliant. The fact that you can see what the bids are, everything pops up. It's here's my thing, right? You're a tech guy, right? And so going from NFTs into tech, it sometimes gets confusing. I remember oh man, every day that I have to do stuff, putting Mac stuff with Apple stuff. That happens a lot in the real world, right? And you got to download something, you got to sync something. That's kind of what blockchain is. You got to go get this wallet, you got to go get that wallet. I don't have to do anything. I can see everything on one screen. That doesn't happen in blockchain. What's going on, Nick?
What's going on is that we've got some badass coders here that know what it's like to be sitting in every person that's watching shoes right now. And basically our initiative is to go ahead and make anything that we do as user friendly as possible. We've learned a lot of things since our inception. The probe was actually a pretty good idea. It became a little bit hairy, but we managed to go ahead and spin ourselves out of it. But yes, it was a very good idea at the point in time. And we've learned from those mistakes, and we're augmenting it, and we're basically becoming a better company just because of the fact that we do make mistakes, and we will still make mistakes, but it's because that we're learning from those mistakes that lets us become a company that's going to be pretty much one of the most badass ones on the face of this planet, if not the face of the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, and it's maybe you can go back and rewatch those videos. Maybe we'll go and have a browse around later. But it's super slick. The whole process, everything that you can see is really good. I strongly suggest you read that article and you you watch those 2 attached videos, one with you and Corey when the actual event went live, and one with Greg and 3 other of the CK7 members that went on, and they were great videos, great tutorials, great walkthroughs. I've been hanging out in there all day, and in the Telegram helping people out. And it's interesting because the questions that are coming through in the Telegram aren't your normal help me, I know nothing about blockchain questions. They're like revolved around the actual product, which is really is really interesting to me. So I'd like to actually take a couple minutes, if you don't mind, Nick, and answer.
I do mind, but just go ahead and do it anyway. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Nick Capello, and I go ahead and diffuse things with humor.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize we needed a diffuse there, but yeah.
I mean, infuse, not defuse. Sorry.
so but
I'm still waking up.
But I know you've been hanging out in Telegram a lot the last day or so as well. So you might have some questions that you want to throw out there and answer as well. So I think we should, owe it to people to take 5 minutes just in case. I think most of the people who are tuned in here will know, but like if maybe you don't know the answers, then you'll see somebody in the Telegram channel that you can relay these answers to as well. Exactly. So the first question is, what happens if all the rail doesn't sell out? And the answer to that is it doesn't matter. The price was set at 25% below lowest market value price of any rail or any land that we had. And actually, I was there in the making of this when it happened, and we were surprised because we were just like, oh, wow, like we didn't expect the rail to be that much higher. And if it doesn't sell out, it doesn't sell out, right? Like this is, remember, the first of 4 kind of sectors that's happening probably in the chicken caught area. If you go back and you watch the video with Greg, this is going to be the first one. So they've got other ideas for other things. And so if it doesn't sell out, we're not going to lower the prices. We're not going to discount it. This isn't, a multi-billion-dollar corporation that decided to build a resort in, Hawaii and needs their money back, or their investors are going to get pissed. We don't need it. We're going to let the world develop. People will come in, people will build, people will trade, people will buy, people will sell, and maybe we'll put them up for sale, at a different time, or maybe we'll give them away. That's the beauty about being a startup company like this. We can pretty much do whatever the hell we want. So yeah, you're not going to discount. This is probably potentially, I'm not saying it will be, but like I can't see these prices ever to be offered like lower than this, to be honest. Like,
oh no, I mean to do that would be an economic ruin right there for the whole thing. We because I don't want to bring anybody's prices down, because I don't want to bring my own price down on my land. What the heck? No. If we ever do anything, we're going to do it as close to the current floor price as possible. Maybe just a little bit underneath to encourage people to start getting up. But no, we will never ever discount it to the point where it's like a worthless point of land. And Jimmy, you did touch.
And so for all those people that are buying as well, right? Like the people that are purchasing now, we're not gonna offer land below that price, because it's not fair
exactly.
To those either, right? So
right. Exactly. Thank you for that clarification. And also, one of the things that I always feel as strongly about is the fact that we were born with the idea of gratitude and doing good for all. So if some stuff does not sell out, I don't care if I've got to buy it out of my own process itself. There will be some plots that will be donated to, or, like I said, I'll buy them myself and just give it to them. We want to make sure that every cause that can have a voice will have a voice within the Uplift. So, I'm already taking a look and seeing, okay, if this isn't bought, I'm going to go ahead. I'll spend $2,000 if I have to for the plot, just to make sure that the Humane Society has a presence within the Uplift world. I want to make sure that, causes are heard, causes are seen, causes are known. It's going to happen. And literally, I don't care if I break my own bank to do it, because this is the vehicle to do it in, and we're going to do it.
Sorry, I just hope that you're not beside one of those, factory sheep murder wolf.
Well, we are going to do some, within reason and things like that. But yes, and just to remind everybody around here that once again, this isn't totally just a Minecraft server. This is a place that was built off of Minecraft, but it's not the same thing. It is helping your neighbors. It is making the world a better place. It is having fun while doing it. And guess what? You can earn some money too. I mean, what other impetus do you need?
Yeah, and I mean, not hits. I like to smoke CBD, Cinderella man. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like I think there's so much potential in this metaverse, the way that I see it. And I'm excited about it, right? Like we've recently been dropping random plots to people who have, had certain NFTs and combinations of Rail and Genesis NFTs in their accounts, and people have been getting into those worlds. And I'm going to say this again. I mean, I'm on in my random plots. I'm mostly on water, and it's tough. What Chicken Caw's done, I think, with this world and put things in a chest and put things in a box for you to be able to use to get started, right? Like a couple torches and like some stone pieces so that you can like encase yourself when the zombies come and you don't get, murdered. That's really nice of them. So I think that this needs to be a thing. So I'm going to say this again. If you ever find me in the game, I'm more than happy on London to fly over to your place and give you a 6x6 square that you can stand on in the middle of the ocean so that you can start developing. Right. Like we're at this point now where we're looking back at what we did do and what we see is coming, and like, not to throw, any world under the bus, but like all of these worlds are a metaverse and they're all going to connect. And when you go from London to, another survival world, that's where the in-game economy is going to happen. You're not going to be able to do that from creative to survival, but you will be able to do that between the survival worlds. So like if you've got a water plot, in London that you don't know where to get some soil from, I mean, Chicken Caw might just be a good place. You can mine rock there. You can teleport over to London and you can ask Jimmy, hey, buddy, can you like build me a 6x6 thing and come in there with all of your stone and then build a little island? Like, this is all possible, right? So I think there's going to be some nice interplay, like you said, between the different worlds with their different sectors and the different things that you can do within it. So.
Right.
I mean, I'm kind of curious to know, what's going to happen when your land is overrun by cats. That's, I mean, I guess better cats than spiders, but still.
Yeah, I'd rather have a cat than a spider, But yeah. The good thing is, like Jimmy has said, with the fact that we're going ahead and making sure that this whole world is built on gratitude and stuff like that. Never be afraid to reach out to your neighbors. The worst that they can say is no.
So Lisa, is Ted coming on? I don't know. He was last seen 9 hours ago, so he might or he might not. That's the best answer I can give you. And like, I'm getting really good at giving these answers because I do it all day in the Telegram channel.
Yes, and I noticed that you have not used the catchphrase "thune" yet once.
No, I don't use catchphrases. That's another people thing.
Wait! You don't use catchphrases? Do you want me to really go ahead and do that?
No, it's
Mr.
okay.
Okay,
right?
Good.
Like I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't use other people's catchphrases.
Okay, good. But you have the freedom to use my catchphrase at any point in time.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what it is, my catchphrase for some reason now has become Thune. So yeah. I am Mr. Thune.
I like it though. I mean, it's good. Yeah. So this to me is awesome as well. Like the fact that you can go in and you can pick your own land.
Yeah, that is astronomical.
And again, like connecting to what other land you might have in other worlds, or even what other land you have around. Like, Sue's saying, like, I don't have desert on my land, so I'm bidding a piece that has, so that I can get the resources, right? Like I'm kind of looking at the similar things when I'm in there as well. Like over in the over in the gratitude plot, the plot that I'm working on is really cool, but there's like, no mountains there, right? And so like I'm looking at a piece where basically I'm just going to strip mine the resources, but like or bring other resources over, right? Like, so I think there's that possibility.
Yes.
So, but yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe you want to do some gratitudes, Nick? I guess let's do
sure.
that. Yeah. I gotta spin this up because my computer's slow, so I don't leave it running. But yeah, do you have any other questions that came up for you in the Telegram that you think might deserve an answer?
For me, no. Unfortunately, I've been kind of busy with the servers and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to be as active as I'd really like to be in the Telegram, and I apologize for that. Yeah, but still, I do. It's because of these people that I have the fun job of doing what I do. So I just want to make sure that I give enough time as possible. And unfortunately, sometimes my duties here do require me to, quote unquote, neglect y'all for a little bit in time. But you're always in my thoughts, you're always in my heart, and you're always in my mind. So just remember that.
And if you guys have any questions out there, feel free to ask as well.
Exactly. That's why I'm here. It seems like mostly the biggest thing that's been on everybody's mind is, why isn't the Chicken Ka auction mobile friendly? And the big reason is because we needed to get the best viable product out to everybody. And unfortunately, at this point in time, with the crunch that we were under, the best viable product was only through your standard laptop, desktop, Mac, and stuff like that.
Well, and I mean, like, to be fair as well, I mean, I get that you might want mobile friendly, some of you out there, but remember, this game can really only be played on a PC, right? Like, so yes. That's kind of our focus is that user base. Now, that's not to say that in the future we won't have connectability to mobile, but when you're when you're putting together the parachute, as Corey would say, on the way down after being flung out of the plane, you want to make sure that you have the strings in place and the parachute in place before you decide to change the color of the backpack or so, like a little patch on the side pocket. That's kind of my really poor analogy, but
oh yeah, and there is one thing that I would like to add in, right now, is basically I love the fact that little Leon, somebody who is a Zen master here, he is one of my favorite people. You'll see him if you take a look at the gratitude videos and stuff like that. He's just an awesome little human being. Him and one of our most favorite people here, Chris Tuttle, they are actively trying to learn about bees, save bees, anything and stuff that's done with bees. So as I was fixing a couple of things in game the other day, I made a very rudimentary bee sanctuary near the cathedral grounds and stuff like that. I am seeing a whole bunch of people in Telegram, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of people off Telegram going, "Oh my God, this is so cool," and stuff like that. And it brings this smile to my face to know that literally a quick 10-minute thing for me to go ahead and make bees and stuff like that is making people this happy. So thank you guys for putting this smile on my face this morning, with all the stuff with the bees. And I really do appreciate that. I know Chris Tuttle appreciates it. I know Zen Master Leon appreciates it too, man, because he is an awesome kid.
I mean, I'm a fan of bees. Like I actually pulled out my Bees Save the World book the other day after the gratitude ceremony just because of that.
Perfect.
But yeah. How's your so Nick? One thing that you might not know about Nick, because we haven't, we don't always talk about these things, and I think it's good to know. But one thing that you might know about Nick is Nick is a very accomplished individual, but he's also a bit of an accomplished world traveler. So I decided I'm going to give Nick a little bit of a test here, and just see how well he does. And I think he'll do well. That's my assumption. But let's see. So Nick, do you know what this is?
That is sake.
Yes, and what? Well, and what? Do you drink sake? Do you have a
I way back when in my younger days, I used to be able to drink that stuff like it was water. Nowadays, Nowadays, aging has caught up with me and stuff like that, as you can kind of tell a little bit, and I don't get to drink as much as I like to.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, because I'm in Japan and we often talk about, you know, your recent, well, not your recent, but like your older travels
Yes.
to Japan. And I'm just kind of curious, right? Because like right now we're kind of seeming in this world to be focused on screw it, let's go to London. I don't know. Where do you want to go? Gratitude, Genesis, or London?
Up to you, man. It's your stream. I'm just here as a guest.
I've never built anything in London. Let's go to London. Screw it.
All right.
And I don't have a gratitude monument on my rail in London, so let's do that.
All right.
And hopefully this is it. Oh, it is. Sweet. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to me to see how this whole interplay plays out, because right now we seem like we're very North American or European focused with this game and this dynamic. And you know, I like the fact that Chicken Caw has become this. I like the fact that Chicken Caw has become this kind of like rallying cry for people and what, you know, they can create in a game that has some representation to historical history and stuff. And I didn't know this about Chicken Caw, but when we were watching the stream the other day, you know, Greg said, well, you know, we could do like another sector, like, you know, port city in Hong Kong, or, you know, some kind of Asian sector. And that got me like really excited. I don't get that excited about things, which was really quite interesting for me. So I wanted to ask you, you know, like, what are you most excited about this metaverse? I think
I am most excited about the overall potential for the whole thing. Not only to be fun, because we want it to be fun first and foremost, but the potential to do good. And by doing good, I don't mean, you know, like helping your neighbors and stuff like that, but like you said, remembering points in history, remembering things that maybe shouldn't be forgotten, but that are forgotten. Right. I mean, granted, we always have to use a modicum of decorum and stuff like that. We don't want to have, you know, any kind of hate speech or anything like that. That is 100% against our terms of service. And if I find it, I will personally go ahead and destroy it, and I will make a video showing me destroying it, because hate speech has no place in this world. It shouldn't have a place in the real world, but it has no place in any world, period. So, you know, but, you know, there are examples of things that have been removed for some reason or another that shouldn't be. And we do need to remember, you know, where we've come from. Because if we don't have a measurement of where we were to where we are, growth gets to be stunted.
Yeah, he's like our John Connor, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Look at the moo cows.
Yeah,
I go from being prophetic to, oh, look at the moo cows.
Well, actually, I kind of had to, you know, I don't know why. This guy over here, he was kind of bad. He was annoying me. So he gets this huge cage, and all these guys over here get like, they're all packed in here for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to, I don't have a place for a gratitude monument, so I'm not really sure where we're going to put it.
Go ahead and put it in the punishment pen. Yeah,
well, I'm not going to,
because he'll integrate back into the herd.
That's what that. Yeah, but like maybe he was a little bit he was problematic. He was hating on the lambs, and I'm a permaculturalist, so I'm like, dude, come on. Yeah. If you're gonna be like that to the lambs, then you're going in the Reformation pen. That's pretty much how that went down. So exactly. Not how that went down, but I think it's hilarious. Cool. I don't know where to put it. I'm just going to put it here because I think
perfect.
You know, above a wheat field will be good.
Exactly.
And let's see. Where are my signs? You know, it's hilarious. I don't have any signs.
Okay, hold on a minute here. Let me see if I think I've got a couple signs in game.
No, I mean, I'm just gonna make them. I've got some wood. I'm gonna
All
go. I mean, that's you gotta. Sometimes you gotta do stuff. I don't even know if I know how to make signs, to be honest.
A couple planks.
Yeah. So first, I'm gonna have to take this, and I'm gonna have to create some planks, and I'll put them there, and then like I'm just kind of like making this kind of stuff up. We'll put the birch. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We'll open the book, and we'll look for signs.
Signs, everywhere is sign. Blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind.
What are signs called? Why can't I find the sign?
Try birch sign, BARCH sign. And you might not have all the materials needed for it.
I thought it was only wood.
No, you need
but
you need a fair amount of it.
It still should show up, even if you can't make it.
Hold on a second here.
And so for all of you out there looking at, like, you know, I'm just as much a newbie as anyone, right? Like, I don't know how to do this stuff, but it's fun to come in and play around, right? Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
I need sticks. Okay, I can do that.
And check your inventory. I had 13 signs. I gave you 3, so you now have 3 signs.
Okay, well, we can do it that way too. Yeah, sure. I don't know how you did that, but that was fun. Did you come find me and just throw them at me?
No, I'm in game at the spawn point, so I'm like, hey, go ahead and give them 3 for my inventory. So.
That's nice. Okay, let's make a stick. I mean, we can do that too, but I kind of want to do it. And we'll do this here, and we'll put the stick there. And now I should be able to make a birch sign, I think. Let's try. And I can do it. Look at that. I got 3 more birch signs. Sweet. Now I got 6. And see, it's not that difficult, ladies and gentlemen, once you get in here and you go making stuff. And then we're going to come up here. And I'm going to put the sign right here, because I just think a sign from my good friend Nick over a wheat field would be really cool. So Nick, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for a lot of things, but right now I'm grateful for my people in the Telegram group.
Grateful for
the Telegram group.
The Telegram.
Just the TG group.
TG repeat. Sweet. And let's see, what's Jimmy D grateful for? I'm kind of grateful for that too, but I'm just gonna grateful for NFT Nick. I'm super grateful for you, Nick. To be honest,
you know, and thank you.
The rest of Team Uplift. There we go. And those are the first 2 gratitudes ever on my private London rail plot.
There we go.
And nothing exists except for a pen of cows that are all getting along happily, and one segregated cow for not being nice to the sheep.
Exactly. Be kind to everyone. Michelle Howell, why are you not on Telegram? You got to be there. It's the place to be. You get all fun things.
Well, she might be one of the Discord groupies, so I'm kind of okay with that. Discord.
All right. Well, if you're a Discord groupie too, then that's great. I don't get in as much as I can because I've got 14,000 places to be. But she is in Discord. That's great. So tell Dr. Unani I said hello and stuff like that, and feel free and just if you can stop into the Telegram group because both of the groups have some really good things that are going on. We have a lot of discussion in Telegram and we have a lot of discussion in Discord. And it's a wonderful, they're both wonderful places to be in. Yeah. So since this is technically Tech Talk on a Tuesday here, I want to basically go ahead and just tell you guys one thing. Way back when, what was that, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did something known as a server migration. And there were some issues that happened. We're still dealing with some fallout from that migration. Some of y'all can't get in on your land. There are some people that are having some issues with the inventory, and we are working on that as quickly as possible. But the reason why we did that, I don't think anybody's been utterly clear on this, so I'm going to be utterly clear on this. The reason why we did the migrations and why we have this new world structure is basically to get as many people in game as possible. When we started out, we had one server hosting all the worlds, and basically that was just an untenable situation. So I did a little magic behind the scenes, and I built one server, one world. And so basically we can get the max amount of people within each world. And all I have to do to accommodate more is just basically upgrade my servers. So we did this basically for y'all to make sure that everybody can get on and everybody can have a great, a great experience here. I understand that there are still some glitches. We are working on it as quickly as humanly possible. I promise you that. Dr. Wayne and Flo and Dennis and the rest of the team, we all sit there and we have a daily huddle every day at 11. And we talk about basically, what's going on in things, but we also focus on how to make things better for each and every one of you out there. So, when you think that we're making some decisions and stuff like that, that may not be, evident to y'all, we're doing it to try and make things better for you, period.
Yeah, and so there was, when we first started, some interesting things that happened that nobody really anticipated because we didn't have that many people in the world, and the lag,
right,
especially for generation, was really slow. And so the quick fix was to segregate it off and come up with an idea on the fly to have all of these sections that already existed as their own sectors, which actually makes more sense in a way, right?
Right.
And that way, if one land had because that's the thing, right? London's been having quite a few problems recently, but the people who are in the other worlds are not experiencing these problems. So in a way, it kind of sucks, but in another way, it's great because if one sector goes down, the other people are still okay. You can still go and hang out.
Right, and that's the other reason why I was the architect in the manner that I did, because if London was going down as much as it was, nobody would be able to get in. So, and take this, I want you all to take this in the best vein. If one world goes down, I'm concerned, but I'm not as concerned if the entire universe goes down. I want to make sure that at least some people can be able to play. And also it helps. And also the other thing is it helps when we do upgrades on the land and upgrades on the servers and stuff like that. Because as everybody knows, upgrades are an inevitable piece of life, period. You have a computer, you're going to get an upgrade. And sometimes the upgrades can be good. Sometimes the upgrades can be bad. But the way that I've been testing things, and I've been in the computer world for about 25 years. The way I've done it is I try and do as much testing behind the scenes to things. So if I bring it out, there is as minimal impact to everybody as possible. Sometimes I miss something, but I'm human, and so is the rest of my team. But I would like to take the impact of, oh God, this is going to crush everything, to, I'm sorry, two people, can't get in game, and please don't take that as like, I don't care about you two people, because I do. But, that to me, that's an acceptable thing where I could go in after the fact and go, oops, sorry, you were inconvenienced. Let me go ahead and make it up to you, period.
Yeah. And I think it's we got some really cool stuff coming. Like,
we do.
Some worlds that people they don't really know about yet. Like we've got an art sector that's being actively developed by someone who you may or may not know. It's going to be really.
Am I going to have to pull a Corey on you and just be like,
no, and it's like if you, I'm not spilling any beans that people can't piece together themselves, right?
Yeah,
they've been hanging out on this show long enough. We've got some other sectors that are in development as well, and so, it's kind of difficult for me because I want to be a part of a lot of these different sectors. But again, different sectors are going to have different communities and different reasons that people want to be a part of them, right? Like I'm pretty excited about the chicken caw thing just because it seems like that's going to be the place to be when it comes to like old world Minecraft communities. I think I'm going to be able to learn a lot there, and I have some friends there, new friends there, that, I'm really excited to just see in game and hang out with,
Exactly. And that's another thing that's really fantastic about these things, about these worlds being separate, but also united. You get to make so many new friends in this vein, and you may never be able to see them. But the thing is, you get to make new friends, and your new friend can be somewhere out in the middle of Tokyo, or they can be somewhere, maybe 2 blocks away from you, or they can be, somewhere in a remote desert because they're bored and they just need a thing to go ahead and forget their troubles for a while or something like that. So this is one of the best parts about having this game and having the reach that it does and having the community that we have. Because I have been around the crypto community for quite some time and stuff like that, and I believe that 95% of the people in the crypto community are some of the best people that I've ever come across, period. Jimmy D, we've crossed paths before a couple times in a couple of different projects and stuff like that, and he is one of my favorite people, period. The man has a brain that doesn't quit. I swear to God, he came out of the womb quoting Othello, or maybe even, some other works of Shakespeare or something like that. The man can spin words like a spider spins their web. And I appreciate him for that. I appreciate Corey because he is a man that sits there and works his ass off to make sure that everybody else has a good experience as well as him. There's Tuttle, there's Blue. There's Gary. There is like so many people that I've met in this universe. There's one of my good friends that I went to high school with. They actually got me started in this. His name is David Werba. Him and I were working on projects that are basically going to hopefully save the world by sustainable cities and stuff like that. So everybody in this space here is good. And I like that. There is we're all in here to make some money, but we're all in here also to make sure that we leave a good footprint.
Just wait till you see what we're spinning up for Uplift art next. That's gonna blow people's minds, man. It's gonna be nuts. We're doing a you all know about Yoshi Drops, but we're doing something along similar lines in combination with Jenner EOS, and it's gonna just knock the socks off of everyone out there that loves art and NFTs and everything that Uplift and EOS.io stands for. So keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'm gonna say on that now. But it's just gonna be one of these really cool events that you're all just gonna want to be part of, because that's the thing. And Blue, like you said, his mind doesn't stop. Corey's mind doesn't stop. None of our minds stop. And I just want to say all the people out there in the Telegram community or the Discord community or the people that interact with us on a daily basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the reason. Like, you guys, in a way, you're like our muses, and you give us things to think about that we might not have thought of without you, right? Like, so keep the questions coming. As our good friend Kawimoto always says, questioning things are great. Just do it in a positive way, right? Like, somebody asked today, like, I think that your land prices should have been $100 because this is too expensive. Well, no, we kind of didn't know what the prices were going to be. We set it at that level for a reason. We actually set it at 90%, and then I think we changed it closer to the last minute. And, you know, here's the thing. If you can't afford land prices, I hear you. It's tough. It's hard. You know, we're not all in the same predicament. However, I have heard rumors and rumblings of a couple collectives that have went in on the bidding for pieces of land. You know, get together with your friends and or your projects that you're associated with, or, you know, some of your community that has bought your NFTs. And I mean, eventually we're going to be opening up these land plots so that you can whitelist other builders on them as well. I would assume that's probably going to carry over to Chicken Call. I'm not 100% sure. But like that would be my assumption. So like, if you can't quite afford the bill, I mean, I'm potentially thinking about going in with other people, because I don't know. Like, it's getting to the point now where it's like some of these biddings are like going really high, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, like there's options, right? And one of the best parts about this project, other than the team, is the community. And there's a lot of cool community people out there that, you know, might just want to hang out with you and you know, become joint citizens of Chicken Cop. You know, it's up to you guys to find that out. Yeah, so not giving it, we do need the ability to add members to build. I agree. That's something that's being actively worked on over in London, I believe. But I think probably where it's going to hit first is, my guess is probably going to be Genesis and maybe Gratitude, because we're looking at getting those teams who have been in there for a while, more builders to, you know, help with their projects and divvy out some of the lands that were promised earlier, you know, in the thing. So I'm not really sure, Nick, if you want to. To
that regard, the only thing I can say is, well, my catchphrase, it's coming soon. We have to iron out the thing with the NFTs first. Once we get the NFTs ironed out, that is going to be on the list of things to do. If you take a look, if you go into enter.theuplift.world, that is going to be your basic control panel for everything that you can do to assign people to your builds and stuff like that. Right now, Flow has, you know, the placeholder for it. It is coming. I know that, and I'm gonna say soon. But we have a couple of fundamental things to fix first. Once we get those fixed, the other stuff is going to fall right into place. Period.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough building on a plot by yourself, but I don't feel bad for you. I like you not giving, actually. I like you not giving it, so don't take this the wrong way. It's not a personal attack, but like that's actually how I learned doing it. So I think you're probably a better builder than me, is my guess. But yeah, I think, you know, we are actively working on this, so we'll get it to you as logistically quickly as possible, you know, with all of the other millions of things that we're doing. So yeah, we're not skirting the issue, and we do understand a need for it. And like Nick said, our thing here is that we don't want to, or any of the projects that we're associated with, really, we don't want to be that company that promises things and then has to roll it back, right?
Right.
We want to make sure that whatever we announce in terms of timelines happens. And most of the time, I think we're not even going to announce a timeline. We're just going to make it happen.
Well, we are going to give you, at the very least that we'll do is we'll give you some ideas of things. Those things may change. Those things may look a little bit different by the time we release them. However, However, we will make sure that y'all have, advance notice of anything that is utterly important. We will make sure that you have advance notice. We have dropped the ball on that in the past, and I'll take a little bit of the blame for that. We were focused on, getting everybody in game and stuff like that. And I didn't really, in the meetings, I didn't really get a chance to focus on that as much as I wanted to. So if you guys want to get mad at somebody for that, get mad at me for it. I'll take that hit. But right now we are doing a lot of things to improve our outreach to the community. The help desk that we have is being currently staffed right now. So I apologize for the fact that some of you all have not received the help that you've wanted in a timely manner. We are desperately trying to make sure that we've got, the staff that we need to do everything that we can, answer your problems, answer your requests, answer everything that you've got as quickly as possible. Again, that falls directly on my shoulders, and I apologize for the fact that you all have, probably have been waiting a long time. But, unfortunately, we only have X amount of manpower, and we are looking to staff all that stuff. Hint, hint, hint. Reach out in the Telegram group if you want to go ahead and be a volunteer on the help desk and stuff like that. We need as many people as we can. If you guys, and the other thing though that makes my heart very happy is when we do drop the ball occasionally, everybody in the Telegram group, everybody in Discord picks that ball up, and to the best of their ability, passes the information along. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that helps us out here. Without this community, again, I'm going to sound like a parrot on this one, but without this community that we have here that is founded on gratitude, love, and respect towards others, this project would have failed a long time ago. So again, my hats are off. All the hats that I wear, they are off to you, the community, period.
And yeah, just to add to that as well, again, we're really North American heavy right now. So there's going to be certain time periods where we are lacking, especially if you're in the Asian time zone, which includes, Australians, New Zealanders as well. So if any of you out there are like Minecraft, geniuses that want to assist when things like servers go down and there's no one awake to get them back up, reach out to us. I mean, this is something that we're actively seeking, is to build like a globalized network of people so that there's always kind of someone on call. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the only thing I would say that your Discord does not have a newbie chart, and sometimes is very hard to find information. Yeah, we're actually aware of this, and we're actively thinking about how to, roll that over so that it's a little bit more user friendly. Personally, like I don't use Discord near as much as I should. I'm always on Telegram just because I feel like Discord is overwhelming with the information. But we do have like a bunch of people who are in there and that are using it actively. So I think there are plans to actually maybe
there are plans. We are coming up. For those of you who don't know the Chicken Cost 7, the Chicken Cost 7 are basically the ultimate awesome badasses in this world here. They were there when the server was flipped on. They were one of the first initiatives that helped build the Haitian Roots school and stuff like that. And we are going to be in cooperation with them to try and build a couple of videos, a couple one sheets and stuff like that to help the newbies out. Unfortunately, we're still out. The one thing that I really need everybody to remember right now is we are not in a late beta phase. We are not in actual gameplay phase right now. We are still in what's known as alpha phase. Alpha phase basically means we're building stuff. We're throwing it on the wall, seeing if it works. And if it works, great, it continues. If it doesn't, then, we get to roll it back. We're trying not to get that last part of my sentence right there, as much as possible. But every now and then we do have a couple of things that we do have to roll back and stuff like that. So the game is going to be a little wonky. The features are going to be missing. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be happening. But once again, we are in an alpha phase, and we are still building, we are still moving, we are still grooving. Beta basically means, hey, we have a product. Cool. What else do we need to, what else do we need to, finish it and stuff like that. So, yeah. So basically, we are still in alpha. So that means we are still young. We are still, moving and grooving. Yeah. So, issue is to get people to build, they will need the plots and rails, and trust with crypto can be an issue, sadly.
Yeah. So this is something that I'm really kind of, passionate about as well. Cause I mean, when I first got into crypto, I got in, not really doing much with technology to begin with. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a writer, so I had a computer. I mean, I knew how to, run basic software and things, but like I wasn't a coder, and it got really difficult for me really fast. And this is one of the reasons that I actually personally gravitated towards EOS. And I see the potential in Wax to be able to do this. So I've been writing like really beginner level tutorials for years. But if you guys out there have, I know some people have, like some people in the community have come to me and said, like, I don't know how to do this. If you have ideas about how to better improve our ability to be able to teach people who might be Minecrafters that aren't blockchain people or crypto people, about security and things like that. I mean, of course, obviously, we're not going to be responsible for anything that goes wrong, but we will definitely hint to you what we're like, what I will definitely hint to you what I'm personally doing, right? And what kind of scams and what things to avoid. Okay. And I think these are really good, little articles that we can put together that can be like official resources. You can get most of the information on our site now, and you can follow a lot of our really good friends who appear on this channel a lot. People like Anders, especially people that know things and will help you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a big old knowledge bomb on a lot of people right now onto basically how to keep yourself as secure as possible without going deeply into debt with crypto. Number one, have an offline wallet. There's Anchor, there is Scatter, there is a whole bunch of things, offline wallets. Find out what's best for you. Get one. Get yourself a Wax address for that offline wallet. And never have a large amount of Wax or a large amount of stuff sitting in the WAM wallet, because that's the easiest way for people to pick off that stuff. If you have an offline wallet, the only way people can steal that is if they get access to your computer. The other thing is to get yourself a good firewall. Firewalls can be basically on your system, or they can be a separate box that looks like about the size of a toaster. I personally use, and this is not a recommendation, this is not a endorsement, this is not anything like that, but this is what I personally use because I'm comfortable with it. Something from a company, I forget the name of the company right now, but it's called pfSense. It is a small little firewall. It takes literally 15 minutes to install. And once you have it, there are numerous videos on how to go ahead and set it up to really, really secure it. But out of the box, it does a lot of things to help secure your internal networks and stuff like that. So those would be the first two things. And the last thing that I can go ahead and offer to you is, if you have a password that is on your crypto accounts that you use for your bank, for your email or anything like that, bless you. Don't do that. Change those passwords as quickly as possible, because if you have the same password that you use for every single thing and you're using it for your crypto, guess what? I hack your password. I now have access to your entire world. So,
well, not you personally, because you're a good
person. Yeah. But Jimmy, I hate to do this, but I've got to hard out because I've got a meeting with Blue in a little bit. It was really fun talking to you, and thank you for allowing me to rant on as much as I have today and stuff like that. I really do appreciate all the time that I do get to spend with you, my friend.
No, it was a really good mix up, and I think we're going to end it really soon as well. I just wanted to do this one last one. So, how do you change our planet into Wax? Well, what you get on our planet, Sue, is Aether. And in order to change Aether to wax, you need to actually probably use Alcor. So you'll have to get an Alcor account. But there's like more information on that if you ask in the Telegram channel. Somebody
right. Yeah. Basically, the mechanics behind it is you go into Alcor, you sign in with your wax wallet, the one that holds whatever, you know, the Aether, the one that holds your Aether in it. And then basically you click on where it says markets. You click on where it says Aether wax, not Aether to anything else, Aether to wax. And then there's an option on the bottom right-hand corner that says buy Aether, sell Aether. Now, if you go ahead and you just punch in, you know, like, oh, I want to, you know, buy X amount of wax, you have to wait for the market to actually repay you. Or there's another little tick to the right. I think it says, no, wait. Yeah, because you're on limit at that time. If you click on the little tick that says market, the top two squares will be completely, you can't type in them or anything like that. And in the bottom, you can specify the amount of Aether that you want to go ahead and convert to wax. And if you hit the button, it does all the thing for you because it takes what the current market price is right now and gives you that wax. Right. All right. And on that happy note, I do have to get prepared for my next meeting. But to each and everybody out here, I love you all. And it's without each and every one of you, you know, I mean, it's with each and every one of you that we can be the best that we can be. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know that I reflect the entire staff when I say we all appreciate each and every one of you guys.
And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday for Media Moguls, hopefully with a guest. But I'm actually not that heartbroken because we got to spend some time with you, Nick. So thank you very much. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow.